This is just a test of my audio. It would probably help if I had audio. Hello everyone, this is a disaster already waiting to happen. Maybe I should just restart this sucker. Here we are. You're gonna probably start to see me pull up my. It would probably help if I had audio. My microphone, because I'm just gonna make modifications as it happens, because I have no power or control. Actually, I think I'm listening to it. You can hear it in the background. Okay, that's gonna be fine enough. Let me know in the chat if it's terrible and I'll figure it out. But hi, welcome to this chaotic start to what's been when was my last stream? Like 3 years ago? It feels like forever. We've done virtually nothing in that time away. If anything, the last thing that you probably know about is that I was in school, and fun fact, I'm no longer in school. I graduated, and I'm deeply grateful that that pain is over. And so here we are, being allowed to stream like a human being. Well, not really a human, but as close to one as we can get. There's a lag from what I can see and what you're hearing. Oh, this is cute. And so, unfortunately for you, am I on the wrong screen? Mother Mary Joseph. Chat. We are back. Okay. Like I said, things are different. Things are too terrible. We are doing and living and thriving in our best life. It might be the cocktail that I made. Lord only knows. Do I still have audio? Yes, okay, thank God. Well, for those of you who are watching through the first, minute and a half of this disaster. Welcome. This is my chaotic energy, and one day I'll be a streamer worthy of streaming, but I cannot for the life of me test audio and get it right. Test video. I have one screen. I'm watching you on my iPad. Isn't that a lovely journey? And I like listening to music because of what we're doing. So, where are we? Who are we? What's going on? Hello. So, last we checked in, is a complete unknown to me. Looking at the past of what we were working on, I think we were fixing some problems, which sounds about right within my own code. Um, if you've never joined before or watched any of these disasters unfold, part of what I've been thinking about is whether or not I change this into an actual just video series. Because I don't know, I want to try that out. But more importantly, oh, I never knew I could do that. Oh my God. I haven't been sure if this format works or if anybody really cares. I know I get some people watching me stream games when I play them, which is rare these days. Maybe I'll do that later tonight when I'm only on here for like 30 minutes for a check-in, just to see a disaster as this is. But where we left off, and I'm about to share my screen, is that I'm working on a recipe website. And there's been a lot of development in that space in terms of the technology that I have now that helps me implement this. So, for example, I have a website. I'm not going to share it off here yet, but it's a website that it does exist, and it does exist on the internet. So do with that as you will. I also invested into a NAS, network attached storage. Thank you, Linus Tech Tips, for that one. Basically, while it does everything and stores stuff, I also have an independent server that is running all my stuff, which is great because it is secure, it is private, and it is fully functioning. Ooh, time for a cocktail. So in that process, a lot of things stopped along with school, as one could expect. But we're going to under tab and we're going to go to 3 and then lock it back because I'm a disaster. So where we left off is we have this website. It's cute. It's disgusting. Nothing's happening. It's not broke, and that's a good thing. But we are doing what we can to develop it as best we can with time that we have, which was none. So now I'm in this process of thinking about how it looks, how it feels, what I want people to experience, and I'm going to walk you through this because we are at version 5, or actually technically version 6, because I think I finished this business and marketing planning. I thought I did. I think this might be done. Anyway, so version 6 is essentially redo the design, sir. And so one of the things that I've been really playing with is exactly that, what this website actually looks like. And where I've been challenged is I don't like this. There's actually a couple challenges that I've expected and experienced so far. The first being is that I'm bored. And I feel like as I've used Bootstrap, so this is actually going to be a hate moment for Bootstrap. I've leaned on it for a lot of projects, including this one up until now. And I feel like as much as I love it, it gets in my way in terms of style, in terms of organization, and probably more importantly, it doesn't give me the opportunity to learn and experience how to code in general. And so one of the things that I have been agonizing over is whether or not I switch and code it by scratch. And there's been a lot of thinking about that. Why would I do that? I need to turn on better lights on my left. Please hold. Just needs to be a yellow. So much better. The coding by Bootstrap doesn't really teach you anything besides, oh, look at the website. It'll tell you, put in this, and a modal appears. It's great. I love the fact that I can use modals so efficiently, so quickly, so easily, and I can build a website relatively fast. However, this is not that kind of website. This is something that I've been working on for, what, 3 years, and have not made a lot of progress on. And I've thought of more options and more ideas for this. And so, in doing so, I have started to play with, as you can see right here, a completely redesign of this webpage. It actually is based on a couple of tutorial videos that I've been experiencing and just looking through. First one from Coding Nepal. I really liked the style of what it's trying to do, but when I was looking into the code, I got really not freaked out, but like, why is all this here when it doesn't need to be here? Why is this code so long? Like, I just don't understand this sidebar data. Like, look at how much CSS is in here. And maybe this is how much CSS I'm gonna have in the end, but that's not important. What is important is I discovered this recent YouTube video, because of course, from Code Commerce, this beginning video, which quite frankly, he said there was code somewhere in here, and I do not see it, which is great. And I probably was like, blah, 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 I can't see it. But I liked his methodology and his approach to this. Essentially, I'm not going to actually code this like exactly the way that he did. I'm going to kind of marriage the design. I'm actually probably going to steal this design, but the simplicity of the implementation from this design. That'll make more clear eventually. I probably won't even get onto it in this stream because it's already 9 p.m. in my time, and I'm having a cocktail. And I just spilled said cocktail. Great. Does this do anything? I hope not. My boy just gonna spill a cocktail. Chaos is the name of the game on this stream. So anyway, what I have been attempting to do. Oh, I never knew I could do this. I actually just learned that that tip on a different stream. Yeah, I really wish I could be cooler, and maybe someday I'll actually just build out so that you don't have to see my entire screen and I can show you just parts. I'll figure this out one day. But what I was doing before this is just getting in kind of the text format. You did it, Joe. The text to be able to do this. And so I threw this, so just to kind of walk you through my methodology, threw it into a nav. That's going to be the left-hand side. It's going to be sticky. It's going to be there always. So I didn't think I needed to overcomplicate it because there's only one nav, and there should only be one nav. And then I've got a span class of recipes. That's going to go at the top. So kind of similar to what you're seeing right here on the right-hand side, if you can actually see that. And I'll zoom in on the text, so do not worry. Let me just do that now. Pew, pew. Hopefully that becomes a little bit more visible for my front end friends. I'll just move some of this stuff out of the way so you can see it a little better. Cute. Okay, so the challenge that we have in this journey of life and death is that oh, I never even finished. So we have the span, and then we have I don't really think this needs to be there, but because of the iconography, I actually think it should, because it looks like this is kind of an assembler, not a similar. In the other design, he actually makes this all within anchor tag, which was an interesting application. I think he threw it. I don't know if the anchor tag like contained the list element. We're not there yet. We're gonna build that when we build it. But until then, I'm just gonna be a monster here. Okay, I don't want to waste this. It's good. That I just want to kind of build it out. I kind of want to just get kind of the goal for this stream is just to get the design built. Okay, so we have icons, and I am changing this. I hate the fact, this is obviously something that was built for a design concept, because no web developer of a business in their right mind would not even have the website's logo in the upper left hand corner. Just saying. So I'm actually moving all of this down where it belongs. But then I'm going to have all these things kind of towards the top after this, span, website name, recipes. I consider putting the H1 tag there, but I'm gonna reserve that for what happens on the left, maybe, for now. We'll find out. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna finish this. I just want to see, and I think I did. Oops, stop that. Just looking through. I was doing something stupid with the code, which had no impact. Let's see. Is this still active? I think so. Let me just try another. Yeah. No, I didn't think so. We didn't show. Yeah. Let's get a new one going. There it is. I think it's because I put my computer on mute, or I closed out for the night, or at least I thought I did. And moved on. Okay, so I have what I need to have. I have my H1, and honestly, we're gonna be okay. So I think what has been weighing heavy on my heart is I want to create something that looks like this. And so if the body is darker, I want to give the background, and I'm just going to give a custom variable. I was learning from a different YouTuber, because that is how I learn in my best. He did this thing called CLR during primary. I'm gonna get rid of a couple that he had. Primary 100, which for him was like the light. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to just if F is the lightest, we're gonna go a little off. We're gonna go DDD, because if I ever change my mind, I want to be able to do so. So this is all for show and tell. I'm not really confident in this is how it's going to end up, but background color. So this is why clear color primary 100. So you can see it here. And so when I go into the nav, if I go background color, bar, color 200, you can see magic is happening. And I want the width, we probably need to say this is a we could probably just go width is, well, there's other things. Actually, yeah, because this is, can the body do that? I don't want to do that. We're gonna do this. We are going to throw this sucker. I just learned this too. Beep, and then go wrap. We're gonna put it into a div, and we're gonna call it container. Sexy. Ah, look how nice that worked. And we need a tabby it because why? No good reasons. Okay, so what that allowed me to do, it's just gonna allow me to do container display flex. So what you can see is it's doing exactly what I wanted to do. It's flexing so that you did it, Joe, is literally on the right hand side, and I did nothing to do that. Truly wonderful, and it'll scale really nicely because it will. So then what I'm gonna do is in the navigation, I can specify the width. So I want the width here to be like maybe 200 pixels. Oh boy, what did I do? Oh, I forgot a semicolon. 200, let's just say 250 pixels. So you can see that it is now 200 pixels regardless of what I'm doing, which is great. At least for now. And then I think I want the height to be 100 view height. There is an issue with doing something like this that I'm gonna have to figure out. Because I think what I can do is I can go position, and I think you can go fixed. Oh boy, I knew it was gonna do that. Position. Okay, so that's it. Don't whack as I wanted it to. Okay, well, we'll figure that out when we get there. We are looking to design and not really. So I was starting to design something and then realized I don't know how to design. Truly travesty. Wait, okay. I was like, am I on a break? Did I? Oh God. That's probably why. Okay. Because if I touched any numbers, which I often do, then I'm going in and out of being present. So I'm just checking into this infinite zoom. Okay, so LI. So here we are. You did a job. So thinking about this a little bit more, we could go nav and then site title or web name actually. I want to give it a font family of var. Font family headline. So this is one thing that I learned. Text. What is it called? Text transform uppercase. Yes. Font size is var. So I was learning from I think fs.400. Let's see what that looks like. Oh, it needs to be more. So let's do 6. For now, this is literally just a playing field. But one of the things that I was learning from another YouTuber, so again, as I get back into coding on my own, the importance of these variable factors and what that can do for you. For example, um, it allows you this ability. Oh my God, can I just mute myself from hearing it? Hold on one second. I'm just gonna hide my screen for. Um, actually, we'll just go into a chat mode. Um, oh, for goodness sakes. Hello? What? What? Okay. Uh, I just don't want to hear me. Okay. All right. I don't know why my keypad just decided. Oh, that's why. Okay. We are back in business. Wait a minute. Can you not see that? I'm just noticing. Ah, really? Oh my God. I I hate everything. Okay. So apparently when I bring up OBS, you actually don't see it. Isn't that a joy? Not see that. Ah, God, I am learning so many new things on this stream. It's beautiful. Okay, so anyway, that is looking. I hate. So one of the what? Okay, so back to the story. The reason why, is that because when you are modifying multitudes of different things, you want there to be a consistency. So in good design, there always really should be some consistency across the board with all of your elements. So whether that's font sizes, etc. And the amount of times that you're creating ridiculous code that just says the exact same thing over and over. And if you were trying to change it site wide, would be super complicated because you're looking through a ton of code just to find the exact same thing that you've applied in 15 different locations. Whereas if you use these custom variables, you're able to just do it once and then plug them in as a variable, and it just does it, which is great. We love simplicity. We love the ability to not have to change things more than once, which I always enjoy. So, um, the moral of the story is that I swear to God. Okay. So, all right. So with this in mind, we are now doing just fine. So I do have a display flex on these, which was the correct thing to do. I do want the thing that I don't want actually. This is where I'll probably have to go back and make some changes. Um, because so in this YouTube stream, he did a really interesting um, kind of treatment. And I wish I could show you in not zoomed terrible quality. But essentially, here, actually, maybe this will help. I'll see if I can get to it. So yeah, so he wrapped everything within the li into an anchor tag, which allows him, which is probably an easier method, which actually I'll probably do. I just don't need to do it right now as I'm building this out. Though you'll see very quickly that as he's adding in, that it'll kind of look the way it does. So he starts with he starts more with the what the end state should look like, which I think he put at what 100, 80 pixels wide. So example, and I could actually do this right now if I really wanted to, is that like, let's say I wanted this to be 80, I need to get the iconography to be something similar, which I don't know if I've actually edited at all in here. No. So what I might do, because I do like how he implemented, did I just close it? No, I went back. He's talking and I don't want that. So I think if I went in here, you'll see that he has these icons and I can just wait till he gets to the right one. Though I don't think he actually gives them. Yeah, he does. So what I can do, because I did add this in here, is within the nav, and I can literally just steal kind of their code. So thank you. Though, you know, I'm not sure how I feel about this kind of deep layer. You know, top. You know, I could just go logo or icon is my kind of.
I'll say font.
Oh boy, let's see. So I can just look at when he modifies. Okay, there it is. Yeah, so he actually never modifies the sizes of those icons. It is completely controlled by, I think it's by, actually, I'm not sure what it's by. Well, anyway, I can change mine because I don't use this particular method. I could do nav and then icon. You know, width is 60 pixels, too big, so I could go 25 pixels. Why is it not changing? Oh, there it is. It is in fact changing, but not all of them. Did I miss? I might have missed some. Add. Yeah, I did. There's that one, and we can add it to here. Class is equal to icon. There we are. So you can see it's just a little bit smaller. And because I got rid of all of this, it's wrapping a little bit, which is fine in this particular case. So what I'm probably going to do is I'm going to steal, you won't see this on stream, but I'm going to steal kind of his methodology of getting it to the point that he got it to. And such. So for example, I know, and this is maybe just like my reminder, that I have this div, and I don't know why this got all just collapsed in on itself like it did. I think the system probably did this on purpose for me. But I have this section called image text. I'm going to actually call this something different because this isn't necessary, I don't think. Yeah, so I'm going to call this profile. It's not going to change the text. It shouldn't, at least. And then what I can do just to help me remember is go profile, because I want a border top about 0.5 solid and FF. Let's just do a orange just to see it, which I may not be able to see at all. There it is. I suppose I didn't put PX. And then what I'm going to do is do padding. Do you want to do a padding or... Because this is how I kind of foresaw there being just like a little bit of space. So nav, I only have it 80. Let's bring it back to 250 just for now so I can see what's going on in my life. So for example, I wanted there to be this, and then I'm thinking about having it do the same thing. So what I could do, because profile is containing all the things that I want there to be. So within the profile, I can do display of flex, which will do exactly what I want it to do. And then within text, so I can do logo text within profile. I can say column, I think it's flex direction column, if I recall. Nope. Row. Nope. Just have to do a new flex. And then I can go this flex direction, and that would be column. There, just like that. And then I can always say, because I don't want to really have this as close as it is to the other side, I can always go margin, but I'm probably going to do a padding left of 10 pixels for now, just to have it there. You know, I do have in here that I could state that the, where is it? The name, so I could say logo text dot name is font weight of a variable font weight bold, so that it's like that. I can state that since this is probably the only place that anniversary will be located, and just thinking longitudinally, font size, I want this to be small. So I'm going to go var font size 200. It's just a little smaller, but it looks really good. So like, as I'm thinking about the design here, it's really starting to kind of come together in terms of just like the aesthetic that I want there to be on this particular page. Now I could, within the LI, these are supposed to be centered, which it does look like they are. I would like nav icon margin right to be like maybe 5 pixels. Let's go maybe like 1 rem. I need to get better at using rems. I've heard that's like the new approach to doing things. I've just never have done it. But as you can see already, things are looking so much better. I'm also going to change this font size to be just a little bit bigger. That might actually be the same size. So let's just do it like that. So it's just a little bit bigger. So as you can see, like, I think this is the, let's see, where's that profile image? So that's an icon. Oh, it's not supposed to be an icon at all. Wait, oh, right here. I want to change the profile image. So let's go profile dot image img, because I want to do I think I could do border radius 50%, which makes it into a circle. Now, which I really like. So when you have a picture in there, it just does what it needs to happen and will look super cute. Now, there's a lot of spacing between these list items. I'm not sure why. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to inspect for a second. I don't recall adding this much space. Nav item. Let's go to nav item. Okay, so that's interesting. Nav item. There is some weird so what I'm going to do is in order of operations, it's within the LI. I'm going to get rid of that margin. Which I should see disappear shortly. Yep. And I just, to play it safe, I got rid of padding, although if I don't need it, I don't need it. So that looks better. And the reason why it's giving me this is because I have a height to the entire nav of 50 pixels. So the whole thing is actually worth a 50 pixel. This actually is looking relatively good in terms of just like the way I imagined it to be. I might add in a padding left of 20 pixels just to move it away. And actually what I might do is do it on all sides. So I think it might be one rem on both sides. Might even make it 2. See what that looks like. Can't have a really long name. That might be problematic in the future. Yeah, I think it might be 1.25 rem. Yeah, I think that's better. But you can see like my thought process when thinking about what I want this website to look like and to feel like what I'm trying to accomplish. And thinking about how the website looks today versus this, it already just looks so much more precise, so much more like this looks good. It really does look good. So they do have something special over the search. So I could always add in a secondary class to this and just call it search. Because I think this is just inheriting the background color, if I recall. So what I could do is in this nav item, I could also add in search. It's not going to change anything, thankfully. But then we go to wherever I had nav item. So it's right here. And then we go, we could do nav item, but actually, we're going to actually call it nav search. I just think that's going to be a little bit better. And then we're going to do a background color of the variable, this one. I just want to see what it looks like. Because if you look at this example, it's just a little, it's a hue different. So I don't think this is right, but I do like the kind of rounded, edges. But what you can see in here, and this is not something that I've done in my own design yet, is, and actually I'm going to pull out so you can kind of see what I'm working towards. What I imagine if you can't view or copy source in this way. Well, it says who? Inspect. Oh. Yeah, I didn't think so. Okay, so what I am curious about, yeah, so what I'm noticing is that they have the nav sidebar. So they put this, I think they wrapped it in a nav. And it's the Yeah, nav sidebar has, and it's fixed. Oh, they did change this. Oh, actually, no. Oh, I see. Interesting. So would that move with, yeah, it would. We'll maybe play around with it. But essentially what I'm noticing on this design is that you have a little bit more structure to the layout. So for example, if I inspect mine and do this, you can see it's not as, I think this is undefined. And so you're noticing, like what I'm seeing is that it's undefined from around. So what I should do is technically in the nav, no, I do have the padding. Maybe this is just inherited? Actually, no, I'm deeply curious. Padding on the sidebar. Unless it doesn't like that I'm like not giving the nav a class, it probably wants me to give it a class. So we can, if we want, we can call this sidebar. I would call it the exact same thing anyway. And then we can call this nav.sidebar, and my design should not change. But if I inspect it, does it get happier? The answer is no. It's interesting that here it shows, and it could just be because I'm in a development, like what does, if anybody on the chat actually knows, what does it mean when inspector, like when the inspection tool like just want to see something. No, not even. Oh, well. Yeah, not really sure. We'll figure it out. But look, I mean, I'm really content already with the progress. Like, it doesn't look like progress at all to the naked eye. But to me, it looks already if we go to the old design, and actually I should just have the old design right here so you can see what I mean. It is a night and day difference. Like, yes, does this have functionality? Sure. But when we look at just like the aesthetic of it, it already just feels, I don't know, more refreshed, more refined. I cannot stand this color. I think it's EEE, if not FEFEFE. Like, oh, the ever so slightest. That's yellow. E5, 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 maybe? No. I think it might be E1, E1, E1. Maybe it is just 3 E's. Yeah, I think it might be 3 E's. I just like how this looks already. So, yeah, I think that it's interesting that the where is that web name is here. I'm just going to add a little bit of Calc. I've learned this recently. Actually, it shouldn't be that. It should be FS 600 times 1.3, I believe. Should I do 2? About 5. This basically says line height should be. Did it really do anything? That's what I'm curious about. Yeah, it did. It's very unnoticeable, but I can definitely see, like, it does exist. Also, we're going to call this JSON. And then we will say user since, instead of 2005, we'll say 2024, 3. Okay, so it's looking fine, but it's completely unusable. So what I would like to do is I would like to now make there to be that these are actually active buttons. And I'll reconsider all of this as I think about it. And it is likely that we'll have to wrap this whole section into a div to push it down, and potentially give this UL, since it's just a UL, we could end the UL and then restart it if need be. So the design doesn't get a little clustered, a little flustered. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into here, and I'm going to wrap this in an anchor tag with a class of, what did he do? No class at all. Great. So we can just do emit again, wrap in an anchor tag. That's all I need to do, apparently. So let's just do it for, I really wish, actually, I think I might be able to. Aha! But will it do it individually? Let's find out. Yes, that's so cool. I love coding. I just think like there's been so many incredible updates since I started. Like this would have taken time, which isn't bad, but like the fact that I could just do that in not but a second. Although it didn't do this one. Yeah, it's gonna muck up a couple things. And I'll have to fix it. But ultimately, it's doing what it needs to do. Now, the question that I had is this hover states? I think he does a very similar thing. Or actually, I kind of want to look at this code. Yeah. So it's navlink. And honestly, I'd be probably better off, hold on. Just doing this. Just doing that. Just doing that. And then just getting something in here just so that I have it. Because they call it navlink. So I can see precisely where he does it. Sidebar LI. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's right here. So I could easily do, get out of here, don't save. I could easily just go, ooh, somewhere in here. Oops, let me go. Just to see what happens. Yeah, so this is the part that I need to fix up. Why is profile not doing what it's supposed to be doing? Oh, because it's not in an anchor tag. Wrap. Okay, thank you. So there we go. That's beautiful. So it looks like yeah, see, that's why I like not doing things at the LI level, and all of it probably should have been at the anchor level. Because as you can see on this version, sorry, I just said a boy reaching out. Oh, that's ugly as hell. Oh, wait, that's why. Because this should not be its own. This should not be an A tag at all. And it already looks better. What's interesting to me, I have to get this text back up. So I'm curious. Yeah, so it looks like to me they actually take what I did with the nav li and they said sidebar lia, which is the exact same thing that I did. It just puts it on the link versus the thing. And so I know exactly what it's doing. It's setting align height of this. There shouldn't be a list style at all, which was already removed. Display is flex because I need it to look like this. Align item center with a margin top of 10 so that it's always consistently pretty and beautiful. That looks actually really nice. I don't know why search just keeps getting fucked up though. I mean, I can understand. Because I think, oh, yeah. That's why. So let's go back here. Nav search. This does exist in here. And nav search is on the top. Great. Lord, if I could only spell. Yep. Great. And I could bring it in. So notice how everything is kind of padded within the design. It does look like there is a bit of padding being provided, but at what level? Interesting. There isn't. That's really interesting to me. That the links aren't actually being given a padding of, I'd honestly say 0.5 rem, like just to give them a little space around themselves. And then I could do the same for this. Just to give it a little padding. And honestly, I wonder what it would look like with 1 rem. Personally, I think it looks better. Okay. Yeah, I like that. What I don't like is that this now kind of looks weird to me. But I suppose that would change because I do something really interesting on my website. I don't allow you to have a user image. It's generated kind of like this, and notice that it is pretty much the same color, or like the same on the same profile. You can't see it here, but I'm pretty confident that if I added a similar padding, actually, nope. Like I guesstimate it. I don't like that. So I'd want top and bottom to have 1 rem, and then 0.25 rem on the sides. Sorry, folks. I was texting this one boy. Okay. It might lend to me not being here anymore. I need to kind of play with this just a little bit. The other thing that I'm gonna run into an issue with is how, um, yeah, see, like, there's just too much over here. Like, it's just, what are you doing? Like, this just feels overwhelmingly too much. Like, so I think it was because they coded it so that you could go between a light mode and a dark mode, which is great and all, but it's kind of annoying. What I did learn is apparently there is, I think it's color scheme dark, and basically what that does, if I didn't have everything set in colors, is that it, like, I don't know. I thought it was supposed to work. Yeah, it's supposed to be in the star, maybe? In the resets? I don't know. I don't play rules. Oh, yeah, it was supposed to be in there. So notice how all the text is now dark. So I could say if color scheme is this, then do that, and you can dynamically switch between color scheme. And so notice that everything kind of like goes into a certain way. I can maybe modify that we're not tinkering too much with kind of those colors to keep it so that if you did have dark mode on, it would theoretically work for you. We're not going to play with that tonight. And quite frankly, I probably don't care enough to try to do that tonight anyway. Because we're getting to a certain time of the night, I think I'm gonna have to probably wrap up the stream. I'm gonna continue to play with just some of the hover states, because technically I do have a hover state right now. I could actually make this like purple if I wanted to. So yeah, Yas Queen, and then font color or just color would be variable. I'd probably make it the 200. And then I could easily go nav item, a hover, icon. And this would be I could do purple as well. Nope, that's not going to work. How do I do that? Is that right? Did I do this right? No. How did I do this on the other one? Um, can I just do that? No. Oh yeah, that didn't work at all. Okay. I'll have to figure that one out. I did it on the other one, and maybe it's just using an SVF file or whatever the hell I'm doing, because these were easy to change. These, because they are, just gonna look. Hmm. Yeah, that might just be a reason why I switch away from SVGs. Okay, well, as always, I learn something new all the time. I think about, good Lord, I think about just learning, growing, developing as a person, but that's all we can do. So thanks for joining me on this crappy crappy stream. Even my video looks terrible, but reality. Okay, well, thanks for joining. I'll talk to you later. Bye.